Canis District.
You don't understand.
Greetings, it is I, Esquire, the Esquire, your non-bully expert. Today we will be speaking of color variations within your dog. Now a lot of people misquote these with blue nose or red nose. Stop sounding ignorant. How about you take the time and listen to a non-bully expert and let me explain, let me learn you something. So yes, you do have a blue, fawn, black, lilac is some of my favorite. But you also have Merle, Highball, Harley Quinn, Ticking or Ronin as we like to call it, the Elvis Handlers Council. You have a plethora of different coat patterns. Let me break them down for you. Piebald, a regular patches of two colors, usually black and white. That's when you have this. Ticking. Freckles or spots of colors, usually upon the white areas. Brindle. This is when you have a color coat pattern, usually of a red base. There are many different types of brindles. You have a blue brindle, you have a red brindle, a fawn brindle, a brown brindle, and you have a mixture of white in any form. The good old tricolor consists of three different colors. You must have white as a part of one of those three. Now usually you have a tan point, and the tan point has 13 specific areas that qualify your dog to be tricolor. Now the tricolor is made out of recessive gene. If you look back in further videos when I describe the gene pool, this is where the recessive genes like the tricolor will be hiding. You also have different variations of those. You might end up with a trindle, which is a combination of tricolor and brindle put together. I remember when good old King Draco, he's a fine strapping pup, fully grown now. He's of the fawn descent, and I took him to one of the greatest bitches I've ever seen, old Marley. She was a blue bully, if you would say. And I remember they got together and they produced a fine litter, solid colors. Then there was this one, Contour. She was a sable or a smut tri, as you will. I asked myself, how could this be? So with a little bit of research, I realized King Draco decided to dive into the deeper ends of the gene pool. That's how that recessive trait came out. Now I know that is a trait that King Draco possesses. Sable or smut tri. Why do they call it that? That is so disrespectful. It's when you have black tips at the end of the fur. Some pups are born sable, some of them are born fawn or other colors, and it pops up later on in their life. You have to be aware. There are often signs that show this. Just pay attention. Harley Quinn, not to be confused like the one on Batman. Harley Quinn is when you have a consistent variation of black and white, but it's predominantly white. That is the base coat. And not to get confused with the infamous Merle or the Piebald. Harley Quinn comes in black and blue. Then you have the good old infamous Merle. The one that everybody wants to speak about. Everybody wants a Merle. Everybody talks about, oh, I want a Merle, I'm going to breed this Merle to this Merle. You have to be very careful with that because the Merle gene is an unknown type of trait, and not too many people really understand what it is. We don't have genomists in here that can sit down and break it down, unless you're myself or one of the members of the Elvis Handlers Council. Now with Merle, it is a genetic pattern that is caused by the lack of melanin, which actually shows up in blotches. Also, there's other ways to tell if you have Merle. If you look at the eyes, if the eyes are a different color, one blue, the other one brown, or half blue and green and the other one blue, that is typically a trait of Merle. You might have a tri-Merle. That is when you have the Merle gene and it's also a tricolor. Make sure you never pick a dog just off of color alone, because if you do that, you become blind to the things that you need to pay attention to, like that dreaded roachback. So, if you have these dogs or you just want to show off your dogs, get information, talk to other breeders, make sure you download the Canis District app, available on all platforms. This again has been yours truly, the Esquire, your non-bully expert. Pip and cheerio, Alfred, to your carpets please.